Island Sun Tarot. In this video, we are going to be talking about my favorite companion guidebooks. So I'm specifically talking about the books that come with the decks in like a set. I do have one honorable mention that I will talk about at the end, but it's worth mentioning, so let's just get started. First, I have the Animal Totem Tarot. This is by Lisa Robertson. So, I bought this deck because of the artwork, and I was really drawn to the style of it and the shading. And it turns out that the guidebook is just absolutely amazing. So, the reason why I like it so much is, so here we have Queen of Pentacles, we have the pig, so there's a whole black and white. So I should say, before I get too far, is that this is the first edition, so like I bought this right when it came out, so I don't know if you ordered it now, if it would be the new Llewellyn style books that have like the glossier paper, and like a lot of them are in color now too, so I'm not sure if you bought it now, but I'm sure the format would still be the same. So we have a full page there, and I like how it starts with, so it's Queen of Pentacles, pig. It starts with a message from the pig, and then it goes right into, it could be just details about the animal or maybe historical things. So like here it starts with, pig energy has long been associated with an abundance of good fortune. In China, people plan years in advance to have children in the year of the pig. So then it goes on. In Celtic culture, the sow or pig is considered auspicious. So yeah, so there's like a little information about the pig, and like I said, like meanings in different countries, that kind of thing. But the reason why I enjoy this book so much is because not only do they give you paper for notes on one side, which is nice, but then they've broken down their meanings for the readings into business and career, family and relationships, health and well-being. And then they also give you card of the day journal prompts, which I absolutely love because I do a lot of single card pulls for the day, or also in the evening time too. So those are actually really fun. For example, one of the journal prompts for, what is this, Queen of Pentacles? Yes, the pig is, where are you allowing or not allowing yourself time to celebrate your personal victories? How often do you formally schedule time for yourself? And so for like this one, in family and relationships, they have, if this queen likes you, and I mean really, really likes you, she will give you the world. If, however, you rub her the wrong way, she will deny you all she has to offer. Take a good look at your relationship and ask if you are giving freely or if there are conditions around what you give and when you give it, for this energy is affecting the current state of your relationship. So for each card, every single one, majors, minors, courts, it doesn't matter. It is broken down into the full page, a message from the animal, a little bit about the animal, and then broken down into those three sections: business and career, family and relationships, health and well-being. So this was a pleasant surprise. I bought this deck for the artwork, and the book was really, really great. So now I recommend this deck not just because it's one of my favorites, absolute favorites, but I recommend it because of the book. The book has so much wonderful information in it. Even if you don't like the artwork, I would get it just to read the book. Even if you read it, take what you want, leave some if you want, and maybe pass the deck along if it doesn't work for you. So, which brings me to Phantasmagoria. So this book comes with the Tarot of Vampires, and I know I've mentioned this deck before. I had it in my collection, and I actually culled it when I was getting ready to move. Why did I buy this deck? To read this book, because it's been recommended so many times. I thought, the artwork's fun and cheeky, I'll get the book. We'll see how it is. So when I had it the first time, I read through the book, and it was so lovely, and I really like the way it is written. So it's by Ian Daniels, and so he actually goes into, I'm just looking at the contents just to give you an idea. For part one, he has an introduction called A Dark and Stormy Night, and then he goes into alchemy about the cards, then the awakening, card spreads and exercises, and then Kith and Kin, personal card portraits. So it's not just about each individual card, meaning. I love this first section that he does as part 1. So then there is also part 2, the cards, major and minor arcana. So let's do one of the majors just to give an example. Here we have the Sun. So there are no card pictures in this one, but it doesn't matter. So the Sun, it gives you an alchemy and kindred spirits, and then it talks about essence, the message, analysis and symbolism, and then shadow. So just for the Sun, it started down here. So just, maybe a quarter of a page there. Then it's giving you 2 full pages, 3 full pages, and then another, let's say half a page. That's a lot of information for one card, just going into the meanings. And then as we go into the minors that you think might be a little less, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's show Prince of Grails and Daughter of Grails. They're still giving you the same sections: essence, messaging, quality, and shadow. It is a little bit less than the minors, but still really good information. And then for the actual minors, like here we have Ace of Knives. Again, you're getting 3 full pages, the same categories throughout the whole book. So again, even if you don't like the artwork, even though I think it is so fun, it has recently become one of my favorites. I would get this just to read the book. So this is Phantasmagoria by Ian Daniels, and it comes with the Tarot of Vampires, also illustrated by him as well. Next, we have Shadowscapes. This is so the artwork for the deck is by Stephanie Puman Law, and this book is by Barbara Moore. So when you order this deck, you have to be really careful because they sell it just the cards. So you have to make sure you're getting the deck and book set. And I don't know if it is glossy or anything, but I saw this at my local apothecary store, and it does come now in the Llewellyn hard box with the snap side. So I don't know if maybe it would have different pictures on the inside, like colored pictures, or with the glossier paper. But so here we have the moon, just for an example. You get the black and white full page. And this particular one gives you a little Shakespeare quote. And then it gives you kind of like, I want to call it a story, because these cards are so detailed and so deep that it gives you a story about what's happening in the card, and then it goes on to the meaning. So yes, there's a lot of blank space in this book. It's not just jam-packed, but it's what is written that is so, so great. And even when I know this sounds awful, but when I use other decks besides the Shadowscapes, sometimes in my head I can still see or understand the meanings from this book, because this deck was definitely really influential in when I was learning the tarot, and it's a favorite, I have to admit. But the book is really awesome because of the stories that it gives you. The story building that it gives for each card is very magical, and it's not just giving you, I'm assuming that that's the author's view, the story. Then it's giving you even more meanings on top of the story. And when you read the stories, there's just so much that you can get out of it and so many ways that you can view it. For each individual person reading it, it might mean something different to you, but that's great. That card should mean something different to every single person, depending on what you're going through in your life at the time, what type of reading you're doing, etc. So, excellent, excellent companion book. For a book that comes in a set, it's just so great, but of course by Barbara Moore. So, the Shadowscapes companion book. This one might come as no surprise as well, just like all of those, but it's the Druidcraft. I picked up this set at Barnes & Noble for my birthday, and the box was really pretty matte, had a little ribbon, like a pull-out drawer, and really I knew what the artwork looked like. I had been wanting to get this deck, and I just finally decided to do it, and I'm so glad that I did, because it's one of my go-to decks now. But this book is so good. I went to just kind of flip through it just to see, and I was more interested in kind of, going through the cards and getting to know some of the artwork. But when I started reading in this book, just a couple of cards, I couldn't stop. So I actually sat and read this book, you know, cover to cover, and went through it because it's so great. So for whatever reason, they have all the minors up front. So if you were going to look, for example, Five of Swords, there is formatted so that it's the fives. So it gives you information about just that, not specifically to the suit, just the fives in general, which I really like. So right here it has the keywords: crisis, transformation, health, challenge. So then that's like a page and a half, and this is a larger book too. So first we go into wands, so on and so forth. So each one gets a page for the minors, and there is a small, the font is kind of a brownish burgundy color, but yeah, it gives a small picture of the card with some keywords, and then they're giving you meaning and a reverse meaning. And then you go into the majors, and here we have the lady again with the small picture up top. Keywords, a lot more is given for the majors than the minors on the keywords. So we have fertility, abundance, passion, creativity, sensuality, nurturing, motherhood, beauty, happiness, and healing. So it really goes into a lot of history that's packed into the card, and then it gives you a significance of the lady and then the meaning, and then there's always a message from. So the message of the lady is: open yourself to the fertile, nurturing power of the goddess. This power will fill you with passion and ability to be creative and to enjoy a life of abundance and sensual delight. But I really like how it goes into each thing. So like just here real fast, I saw the lady appears as the goddess Ceridwen, bearing the cornucopia of the hairless, filled in this way. She is the corn goddess, and her consort, the corn god, is shown in one of the numerological counterparts of this card, the hangman. So it just really digs into each card and each thing that is in it. Like, I know specifically there are a lot of cards in this deck that have birds that have meanings, plants that have meanings, and it goes into that in depth. And I love it so much. And for me, I was looking for that like super pagan, super earthy deck, and this ticks off all the boxes, and the book is just everything. I wasn't expecting the book to be so great, I guess is my point. It's just, I love it so much. And again, even if you're not drawn to the deck, which how could you not be? I'm just kidding. The book is so good, just so packed with information, and if you're really into that more earthy, natural feel, I would definitely pick this up and have a read through, because there's so much history packed in it, and then also herb lore, just plants, animals, everything. Just really great. So those 4 are books that you can get in a deck and book set, but I wanted to do this honorable mention because it's the Book of Tarot by Danielle Noel. So this goes with the Star Child Tarot. So the little book, it's more than a little white book, but it's still smaller, that comes with the Star Child Tarot is excellent, and it has some of the information that's in this book. But if you really love that deck, or if you want to buy this book just to use it as a tarot reference, that's a great way to do it too. And I couldn't make this video about like specific companion books. I wanted to keep it to books that came with sets, but this one I just had to mention because it's just so good. So again, we are being given, so here for the minors we have 8 of Wands. So they're giving key phrases. They're talking specifically about what's going on in the card, and then there's a message, and then they're giving you questions to ask, and then a reverse meaning. And then for the majors, you're getting the same thing. The keywords, what they're talking about, what's actually going on with the card. They're giving you the astrological sign, gemstones to go with each. The message, questions to ask, and reversed as well. And even though I use this book with the Star Child Tarot, I really feel like it's really universal. And I like I think it's more of like an astrological approach that it takes to some of the meanings and some of the information that it gives. And then it's also just very focus sort of on that inner peace and being aware of your intuition. And I really like the aspect that was taken to write this book. I mean, I know that it goes with the Star Child Tarot, but I really, really love how they just went about it. So I definitely recommend this one, even though it is like an extra, an add-on book. I really wanted to mention it as an honorable mention because it is so, so great. So there you have it, guys. 5 really awesome companion books. Please let me know in the comments below any companion books that you really, really enjoyed that either, you know, came from a box set or even if it was a extra purchase that goes with the deck specifically. Just let me know. I'd like to see. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye!